Alright, you guys, so if you guys are friends with me on Facebook, about a week or so ago, I posted a picture for the video I'm about to do now. It's a birthday special. My birthday was just a couple days ago. I said I was going to do a Q&A, and over the week, people have sent me questions, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to edit this together. Maybe there'll be screenshots of the questions, and maybe there won't be. I don't know. But let's start this Q&A special. Ponyboy always stays golden. You know what? This is a topic that just gets me going. I'm really hoping for a Tommy comeback, and I think it's very unlikely. I don't think they'll bring Tommy back, but I really want them to. Now the question was, how would I bring him back? Um, the only way that I can really think of right now, Lazarus Pit, for some reason in particular, like maybe they need Malcolm Merlin's help and he refuses to help, and they say, well, we have Tommy's body and you're not getting it unless you help with us, and unless you help us, or something like that. You know what I mean? That's probably how I would do it, but I think it's very, very unlikely, unfortunately. Okay, if you guys don't know what HOJ stands for, it stands for House of Jigsaw. It was a forum that was online back in the day when the Saw movies were coming out. Because, yeah, that was kind of back in the day. That was a long time ago. Um, so that's what HOJ is. Do I have any the memories? Lots of good memories. I met some cool people on there. I still talk to a couple of them to this day. In fact, the one who asked the question, talk to him on a pretty regular basis. So shout out to you, Robert. Dude, you're cool, man. But anyway, special memories. I was trying to collect both the theatrical and the director's cut editions of the DVDs, and one of the only ones I was missing at the time was the extended director's cut 2-disc edition of Saw 3, and there was a user on there who had a couple extra ones lying around. She asked me if I wanted one absolutely free. I said, yeah, why the fuck not? Absolutely. And she actually sent it to me free of charge. She didn't want nothing in return. She didn't want to trade nothing. She didn't want to charge me nothing. That's the best memory I have of HOJ. Last concert I went to, are we talking about concerts in general, like local bands, stuff like that? My last big concert I went to for a big mainstream artist was Alice Cooper back in 2009. I believe that was my last concert I've been to. Next concert I'd like to go to, well, we got Five Finger Death Punch and Papa Roach coming in October. Really would love to go to that one. We'll see what happens. Nope, I never played any instruments. I tried to do the guitar one time. Didn't work out. You know, was that Chuck Norris would chuck twice as much. Assuming Cap versus Iron Man. But who's going to side with who? That's going to be the big question. It's kind of hard to tell for some of them. Like, I know Falcon and Black Widow and maybe even Hawkeye at this point. And probably Scarlet Witch and Vision will team up with Cap. Who's going to team up with Tony? Well, we're going to have General Thunderbolt Ross in there. I don't know how Ant-Man's going to feel about Tony Stark. Black Panther, I believe, is going to be neutral in the middle. He's not going to know which side to choose. Spider-Man, if he is indeed in the movie, nothing's been confirmed that he actually is in the movie yet. We're all just assuming he is. Uh, I don't know who Spider-Man. It's tough to choose. I don't know. I don't watch Agents of Shield anymore, so I couldn't tell you a definitive answer, and I also don't work for Marvel, so I have no idea what the plans are. I don't think Coulson will pop up in any more movies. I think in the movies they're going to keep him dead. even though Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and all that is still in the same universe, I think in the movies they're just going to say that he's still dead and, just have him doing his thing on the TV show. And also, will I see any characters from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or anything like that pop up in, like, Inhumans or anything? I think Inhumans is the one that we're going to see some Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. characters pop up in, but I haven't been watching the show, but from what I understand, they're starting to set up the Inhuman stuff, so I think that's a good possibility. Japanese. Need I say more? Don't know because I have not seen the movie yet. What do I think of the look? The look's growing on me. I didn't like that first picture they released where he was all going. He looked like a Marilyn Manson groupie. I didn't like that first picture, but like the on-set pictures that have been coming out, I'm liking the look. Jared Leto's definitely got the acting chops. He looks like on the set and stuff. He looks like he's going to capture who the Joker is and bring something new to it as well. So I think Jared Leto's going to kill it. Yeah, no pun intended. A lot of the characters in the Suicide Squad movie that I'm not too familiar with, but let's talk about the ones that I do know about. Harley, she looks hot. I mean, she does. She doesn't have the classical red and black look to her, but you can still tell it's Harley Quinn. Margot Robbie's gonna kill it. So I'm pretty damn excited to see Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. In fact, it's the thing I'm looking forward to most in Suicide Squad. Um, Will Smith as Deadshot. Deadshot looks great. Katana, she looks great. Killer Croc, it's a very different look, or at least, he's not the fully evolved Killer Croc. So I'm sure that look's going to change in the movie, at least at some point, maybe towards the end. But I like the way Killer Croc looks. And Captain Boomerang, I do know about Captain Boomerang a little bit. He was on The Flash and Arrow. So I do know a little bit about him. He looks fine. Nothing too special about his look. Nothing out of the ordinary. And I don't know because I don't really know much about the rest of the gang. So yeah. Yes, actually, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are not Marvel nor DC. The Crow, um, yeah, I mean Eric Draven, the Crow, neither Marvel or DC. And if we're counting graphic novels, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Yeah, I love that stuff. That's pretty much all I can think about right now when it comes to that. Probably either a gargoyle, because they just kind of sit and just kind of watch everybody and everything, and when they need to, they get to be a badass. So probably either a gargoyle or a dragon. A dragon because dragons are big and they got wings and they can fly and they breathe fucking fire and shit. Yeah, who doesn't want to be a dragon at some point in their life? So yeah, I'm gonna go with gargoyle or a dragon. As you may know, I'm a comic book fan. I'm more of a Marvel fanboy, but there are stuff from DC that I like. In fact, Batman is my second favorite superhero, and he's a DC. So, but in terms of who's winning, for the movies, definitely gonna have to say Marvel for right now. But the DC cinematic universe, the shared universe of DC, has only put out one movie so far. So I can't really say about DC. I mean, the Dark Knight trilogy is awesome, but it's not part of that universe. Um, so for the movies, Marvel is definitely winning. As for the TV shows, man, this one's tough. If you would have asked me this question a year ago, which is when I did like my last Q&A or something like that, I would have said DC for sure is winning that fight. Now, it's hard to say because while I still don't like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I did like Agent Carter. I loved Daredevil. Um, but I also really, really, really love The Flash. I love Arrow, even though season 3 was kind of eh. It had its ups and downs, but um, man, that's a tough one. I'm gonna have to even the Daredevil though. I mean, I don't know. If I had to pick, if I had to go with one, I'd say Marvel's winning with the movies, DC's winning with their television, and I'll even add another category onto that: the animated movies. The animated movies, DC's definitely winning. Um, Animated TV shows, that's a little bit of a different conversation. Lots of movies, hell yeah, but you said shows. What shows am I looking forward to this summer or next year? Really, no shows this summer. Everything comes back in the fall or early next year. Looking forward to season 4 of Arrow, season 2 of Flash, season 2 of Daredevil. Um, I'd like to see more Agent Carter, and season 4 of Bates Motel, which I don't even think that got renewed yet. It might have. I may have missed that somewhere, but as of right now, I don't think it's been officially renewed for a fourth season. I'm assuming it's gonna get a fourth season. But yeah, that's the shows I'm looking forward to. But they don't start until the fall. So game easiest for me to get out of is the bathroom. I mean, if somebody said, "Hey, you got to kill this guy by this time, or your wife and daughter's gonna die," I'd kill the guy. I would. I mean, he's not gonna do much with me, you know. Um, but what trap would probably be the easiest for me to get out of? Wow. Man, that's a tough one. I'm gonna have to go the furnace from Saw 2, just for the hell of it. All you had to do was twist the thing, right? I mean, it was pretty much all you had to do. So yeah, I mean, I could do that, I guess. Yeah, I'll go with the furnace from Saw 2, and then for the game, the bathroom, Saw 1. Hedgehog count as a vintage video game now? If it does, Sonic the Hedgehog for Sega Genesis. If not, Pac-Man. As quick as I possibly can. Favorite horror movie, non-slasher, The Shining, and it is my favorite horror movie of all time. Favorite slasher movie, Halloween. Favorite comedy, Mrs. Doubtfire. Favorite action, Die Hard. Favorite sci-fi, Star Wars. The original trilogy I count as one movie, more specifically Empire Strikes Back, if I had to pick one. Um, Favorite child's movie, if we're talking straight animation, I'm going Aladdin. Favorite comic book movie, it's still The Dark Knight. It's still The Dark Knight. As much as I love Winter Soldier, that is my favorite Marvel superhero movie, but The Dark Knight is my favorite superhero movie still. Uh, yeah, I think I covered them all. And also, as a little bonus, my favorite movie of all time, which is technically a comic book movie, so technically this would be my favorite comic book movie of all time, I guess. The Crow. 1994, Brandon Lee, my favorite movie of all time. Still counts as a comic book movie. And, yeah, hopefully that answers your question. So that was the last question. What do you think of my birthday Q&A special? Leave your comments down below on what you guys think of my answers and what your opinions on each of those questions are and what your answers would be. I'll be doing another Q&A. I think we're going to do one a couple months apart. So in about maybe 2 months from now, maybe I'll do another one, maybe sooner than that, maybe a little bit later. We're going to space them out, not like a year apart, but more like a couple months apart. So that ends the Q&A for right now, and yeah. Well, see you later.